What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to be talking about basic training. I've got 3 simple keys to victory for basic training, and I'm going to give you a quick rundown of who I am, why you should listen to me, which is important. When people talk to you on the internet, when you click videos, you need to ask yourself, is this guy somebody that I should be taking advice from? Because some of the people that make army videos on the internet, no hate at all, because they're hustling, they're making videos, they're making content. I respect them for that. But there's a lot of bullshit advice out there. And I think part of it is the army conditions you and society conditions you to be so politically correct, so by the book. These people just cannot think for themselves. And that's something that I'm really, really good at, thinking for myself. And that's how I dominated basic training. You can see 10 years ago, 2024 or 2014, you can see that smirk right there. That is a smirk of a man on a mission. Just dominated basic training, headed to airborne school, and headed into a great life. And this right here is me, a little bit older, 10 years older. That's crazy. And putting the blue cord on my brother who just graduated as well. So I got the blue cord there. I did infantry in the Texas Army National Guard, airborne infantry for 6 years, recruiting AGR for 1 year, and then M-Day cadre for RSP drills for 3 years. And then I got out about a year ago. I got out. I did 10 years. So I ended up figuring out how to get rich on the internet. And then obviously I said, fuck the military. I'm out of this bitch. But the military gave me a great foundation to work off of. A lot of the things I accomplished in my life were from things that the military put me through and developed me as a leader and as a man. And I took those skills and I used those skills to make millions. So if you got a recruiter telling you, you got such a high score in the ASVAB, don't go infantry, send them this video. I went infantry and I learned a lot. So you can learn a lot doing infantry. And the other MOSs in the Army, it's not real Army shit. You're just a civilian in a fucking uniform. You're not doing real Army shit. So, that's my sales pitch to you guys to go infantry. But it's not for everybody. But I did it and I have a good life. So this is why you should listen to me. And I've made most of my money off of social media. Haven't really dominated YouTube the way I want to. I crushed TikTok, got a following of 1 million on there, built a page up. Then I did well on Instagram. I guess YouTube I do well on my other channel. But this channel right here is my passion. Self-development, getting better, learning shit that will make your life easier, and where you can hack the system, make money with low amounts of effort. That's what I'm into. And I'm hoping that I can make some military videos and really target my fellow brethren in the Army and get a whole tribe of soldiers here to help you guys dominate, not just basic training, but life. So 3 keys to dominating basic training. And I typed this out because I just recorded this video, but then I was ranting for so long that it cut me off. I only got 15 minutes. So I'm like, fuck it, let's run it back. It was an amazing recording, but we'll do it again, man. We'll do it again right now. So my goal for this channel right now, as of today, is to make basic training videos, Army, military related videos, and then basically help you dominate basic training and then dominate life. So some of the videos eventually will be, and some of my old videos, if you look through those, it'll be like just how to make money on the internet, side hustles you can do as an active duty soldier, shit like that. So for today, it's all about basic training. And there's really 3 key things. You just got to keep it simple. Like when I watch other people's videos on this topic, they're giving advice that if an Army unit, as a recruiter, if the Army came and asked me for advice, that I would give to people. If I was being publicly correct. But on this video, it's going to be the first video ever on YouTube where it's just no bullshit, the true way to dominate basic training. Man to man. I got no reason to lie to you guys about how to dominate basic training. I did it, and these things really helped me a ton. So first off is know your goals, why you joined. So for me personally, I wanted to go to airborne school. I wanted to jump out of airplanes. I wanted to be around the boys, push myself physically, and I wanted to go to Ranger school. That was my big goal when I joined. And I knew that as long as I was super fit and kept working out and kept getting as fit as possible, I'd be ready to go. Now, be the gray man. Actually, let me explain this. So for me to accomplish the goals, the reason I joined the military, all I had to do was get to my unit and then dominate at my unit. Whether I was the biggest shitbag in the world at basic training or I was the honor grad, my NCO at my unit, the E5 that was on my ass in charge of me as a private when I showed up, he doesn't give a fuck. Nobody at the unit gives a fuck. The guys that are in charge of sending you to Ranger School or sending you to Air Assault School or promoting you, they don't give a fuck if you were the biggest tryhard drill sergeant teacher's pet ever, or if you were a shitbag and everybody hated you. So you don't need to give a fuck about impressing your drill sergeants. You don't need to give a fuck about doing things perfectly and trying to become the honor grad and things like that. That ain't gonna fucking help you, man. Nobody has ever flexed in life being the honor grad at basic training. And if they have, they're a complete faggot, complete failure at life. What you need to flex is, becoming special forces, getting a Ranger tab, getting a Lambo, things like that. Now, I've only gotten a Lambo. I didn't get through Ranger School or do special forces, but you get what I'm saying. If you're trying to brag about your military service, which is, not something that most people do, honor grad's not going to help you. So know your goals, which is probably nothing to do with basic training. You probably joined the Army for shit outside of basic training. Maybe you felt like it would help you pick up chicks, whatever. Know that deep down in your heart why you're there. And just know, hey, as long as I get to graduation day, I get to go out and try to achieve those goals after I get the fuck up out of here. Now, being the gray man makes your life 1,000 times easier, guys. Ways to be the gray man is to just shut the fuck up when the drill sergeant is in the room. When he's in the room, even when they do that Q&A shit where everyone huddles around and the drill sergeants break character and do Q&A, I never said one word to the drill sergeant. I never said one word to the drill sergeant, ever. Because I knew if I had a question, there's nothing good that comes from asking that question. It's simple, but a lot of people don't comprehend that. And if you have a question, somebody else will eventually ask that question. Trust me, there's 200 soldiers there. At least that's how we did it. 4 platoons of 50, right? And if I have a question, there's going to be a kid that has the same question. So I don't need to ask. I don't need the drill sergeant to ever look at me and engage with me. And sometimes it'll happen, right? Sometimes they'll yell at you and you got to yell back and, whatever. They're asking you to be louder or whatever. But if you can get through the whole training without them ever knowing your name, that's a huge win. That's going to make your life way easier. And another trick that I would use is I would always anticipate the drill sergeant coming in. So if you're the closest to the drill sergeant, what are they going to do when they come in? They're going to say, hey, give me 3, give me 5, give me 8, because they need help taking care of some bullshit. So everybody's going to run, and then the first however many people they ask for are going to have to work with the drill sergeant to do the bullshit detail. So I'd always say, okay, drill sergeant could come through that door or that door. Let me get right in the middle of the fucking pack so that I never have to do anything with the drill. So I don't want to be on their radar. But just some tips to be the gray man. It'll make your life easier. Then embrace PT and do push-ups, limb shifting, I called it, because I've naturally done this really well throughout my life. And I didn't realize I was doing it until someone pointed it out to me after I did a podcast. But when you get smoked, what people are going to do is they're going to start freaking out. Like the drill sergeants are going to make you do a bunch of push-ups and flutter kicks and air squats, whatever they do, 8-count push-ups. And they're going to be framing it as if you guys are just the most fucked up group they've ever seen. And it happens every basic training. I don't know why people freak out when it happens to them. But people are going to start yelling at each other and be like, come on, guys, focus. Guys, we got to work as a team. Whenever someone yells that, y'all remember this video. There's going to be someone that's like, we got to work together. We're going to stop being individuals. You just shut the fuck up and you just let them yell at each other because you're not going to stop them. They're going to do it. And you just do your push-ups or your air squats, whatever the drill sergeant's making y'all do. And understand that in that moment, there's nothing better to be doing. There's nothing more productive than to be getting more jacked. Because when you do push-ups, it makes you fit. And I went to the gym today. I didn't do push-ups, but I did shit that made me stronger, right? And it's just for some reason it's different when another man is making you do the push-ups. You don't like it. You're not supposed to like it. But you got to have that David Goggins in you and mentally be like, hey, fuck it. Push-ups, let's go. Let's get more fit. And I even did it in our free time. I'll just do push-ups all the fucking time. Really enjoyed that shit. What you got better to do at basic training, right? So when you have to get smoked, you need to lens shift. And instead of viewing it or feeling negative about it, just view it as a positive thing and that you're getting more fit, which is good because it'll help you get a higher score on your PT test, which is like fucking the most important thing in the military when you're a lower enlisted soldier. How fast can you run a 2 mile? You can fuck everything else up, and if you're the fastest 2 mile, they will promote you. It's an unbelievable system they have in the Army. It's quite funny. Number 3, meditation and journaling goals. So basically, throughout my time at basic training, I really did not give a fuck about most things they were teaching. And a lot of the shit they were teaching was so boring, I just could not force it felt like I was in school again. The PowerPoint stage, the first 3 weeks, just death by PowerPoint. And maybe I knew a lot of the stuff too, because I had done ROTC, which is a hilarious thing to say. It's the most annoying. Most annoying people are the people that think they know everything because they did ROTC. But I did a college ROTC to become an officer. Never became an officer, but I kind of knew the basics from that and shit. But also it was just so boring. And it was like shit, I don't know, just shit that I felt like I would never use. Maybe I did use some of it or maybe I didn't. But the thing about the Army is if there's something important, they will teach you that day. So when they're doing these PowerPoints, if you fall asleep, the drill sergeant's going to yell at you. You don't want to fall asleep. So what I would do to stay awake was I would write about shit that I liked. And I actually would still get tired. I would actually put water in my mouth and hold it in my mouth. Because if you hold water in your mouth, you can't fall asleep. Although it's a battle. It's still a battle. But what I would do is I would write out my goals. So back then, I would write out all the shit I wanted to buy with my basic training money, which was like a weight set from Rogue Fitness. This was 2014, so this is back before there was like nice garage gym equipment. So just like a barbell and some bumper plates, an Xbox for $400, new pair of shoes. I don't know what I was writing back then. I wish I could find one of my journals. That'd be fucking nuts. But I would just write it out. And then I would also write out a 10-year plan. So you guys see where I'm at now. And you can click around my page if you're new here. But like, my wife doesn't work. I don't work. I just make YouTube videos as often as I can. And I make sports betting YouTube videos. So that's how I make money. I don't make money off this channel yet. Hopefully one day I will. But yeah, like, it obviously worked because I'm thinking about my future. I'm thinking about what am I going to do the day I get out of this bitch? And what am I going to do to set myself up to get rich? And, I'm National Guard going to college, so it's a little different. Active duty, you got to do side hustles. You got to serve full time, of course. But yeah, I'm just pumped, guys. Like, that's what I did. And that's just a little pro tip. Use your journaling time. Or use your time when they're presenting shit to you to just journal about whatever the fuck you want. And, whenever it's time to do shit, just follow the guy in front of you. Whatever he does, you do. So you don't even need to pay attention, really, when they're talking to you. Just when it's time to go, just follow the guy in front of you. Just do whatever he does and you'll be fine. But yeah, that's all I've got for y'all in this video. Hope you guys liked the video. I'm going to crank out more. I basically want to have a following of people that man enough to join the Army. And if that's you and you want to get rich on the internet, hit the subscribe button. Good luck at basic training, you guys. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one.